with you. So as I had mentioned, I need some cards for my Etsy store, and I figured I would make some more as this last video for the month of November that's not Christmas card related. The rest of the month I'm thinking I'm gonna start with my Christmas cards. And so I have this pile of papers that is lying on my desk, and I thought, you know what, let's clean this out by making the cards and using all the little pieces. And I've got these little pieces of cardstock, so we're gonna start off with these, just folding them into 2 pieces. They don't need to be big cards because I need to be able to fit them in any type of box. I just need a little something to say thank you. And I know that many of you now are doing mini cards also for your little business or craft fair or whatever. I just think it's just such a nice little way of saying thank you for somebody supporting your small business. And I was going to use stickers, but then I thought, you know what, I've got these stamps in this little drawer, and I'm going to be using stamps because I do love sending stamps out. It reuses something, and I don't know, there's just something about it. So that's what we're gonna do. I have, these are fairly pale, so if I was to write on it you would see it, but not this one. And I have these here, which are from Christmas cards that I did with gift cards as the top, being the toppers. So we're just gonna put that inside this, and then I can write on it. And that's why I keep stuff like that, you know, like when I did the topper, I kept the base so that I could put it in and use it to write. I just love being able to reuse as much as possible. It's what I do. It's something I love. It's not for everybody. Not everybody is gonna be is gonna want to recycle as much as that, but I just think we waste so much. If I can recycle a bit, I love it. So I've got this here, which is from a book, and I'm thinking that it would fit on here. And then I could just put, I'm wondering what type of stamp I want to put. If I want to put, like this one would be pretty because it has similar colors to the back. So that's what I'm gonna do. This, put that on top, and then of course I need to stamp all of them after. I do put my stamp on the back so that I have something that shows that it's handmade. I don't know if anybody, like, I don't know if people realize that I end make my cards when I send them out or not, but you know, I know, so that's enough, I guess. Just want to find ways of using up all these little pieces because, like I said, they're just lying on my desk. I don't want to, I hate throwing stuff out. So if I can just put it on a card, then I'm not throwing it out. And just an extra layer, because you know, it's all about the layers. even if it's scraps and things, it just, you know, they're not big art pieces, but they're fun, and that's my goal. So I don't think that one fits. Maybe this. I forget that I want to put a stamp, so because I'm like, okay, well, it feels empty, but of course it feels empty because there's going to be a stamp that's going to be the focal point. I would love to find a book or something that has small images. That's a great stamp for this. I would love to find a book that has really small images that I could use for this type of card. Isn't that a pretty stamp for this? I mean, it has the same type of little blue. Doesn't take much to excite me, as you can see, like with the card making. I just find ways of using scraps and I get excited about it. And there's something about, you know, pasting paper together that's just brings a kid in me, and it makes me happy. It's like making well, it is a collage, but I feel like collaging papers like this makes abstract art type of deal. Yeah, I really like that. Honestly, like, I think it's just so cool. I really love that one. Like the colors. Okay, so now we need to fold a few of these. I've got these, so let's fold out a few so that I don't have to stop and fold every 2 seconds. Plus, anyway, I cut these out just for that. These are long cardboard pieces. I had purchased this on special at instead of $9.99, it was $2.97 at Michael's way back when. I don't have Michael's anymore close by to me, and I'm wondering if, for my Canadian friends, if there's still some Michael's out there, or if they're all closed. Because the Michael's that I used to go to has closed, and I believe the other one that I used to go to also is closed. So now I'm wondering if there's any Michael's left, or if with all the tariffs and the things, they're just out of business. Okay, so this makes it very boring, but what if I put this behind? And that makes keeping that little piece worthwhile, you know? Now this piece here is going to go in the trash. Well, not in the trash, in the recycling bin. I shouldn't say trash because it's not going in the trash. I'm trying to recycle as much as possible. The city of Montreal is really trying to reduce the garbage and make sure that we compost as much as possible and recycle as much as possible. And of course, that's always been, if you know my channel, you know that that's something that I go for. I mean, the whole point of using these little cards and using the stamps is to recycle as much as possible. And these are file folders that were recycled. So, you know, I tried as much as possible to recycle. These are envelopes that I got from Doreen. She sends out her mail in these most beautiful with beautiful stamps that are already on it, and I keep those, of course, so I can use them as I have here. And even this, you know, like the inside of the envelope is pretty. Maybe not on this one, but this could go on here. Cut out some of the white, like so. So right now I could have put on this side, but I do like the Canada Post sign. Right now my son is picking up the leaves outside. I'm very blessed that he's helping me out, because there's a ton of them at the studio, and it was he had done a lot of the work last week, picked up I don't know how many bags, but a lot, and plus huge garbage can full, and then we had these really big winds, and everything, like, it just got just as bad as it was before. So whatever work he had done hardly shows anymore. So I'm hoping that this time around most of the leaves are off the tree. There's just one tree that still has a lot of leaves on it. It's my oak tree. That one still has a lot. So hopefully, but won't be so bad. If it's the only leaves that I have left on the ground for winter time, won't be so bad. What's going to be bad is if the rest of them stay on, because then it makes it very difficult. Like in the springtime, makes it a mess. So hopefully most of it will be picked up and will be gone and picked up on Wednesday. We're presently Monday when I'm filming this, because I'm out of cards almost. And I figured I was gonna make these, and then middle of November I'll be using the ones that I had. Oh, I put it upside down, but oh well. I have made some using Christmas stuff last time. I had made mini Christmas cards, so I'll start using those. I'll probably make a video more of mini Christmas cards later. Hopefully I'll be making a lot of sales. What worries me though is there's going to be a blackout of purchase. And while I totally respect doing that for, you know, to show that you're not happy with what's going on, it's gonna hurt small businesses like mine if people decide that for you know, 3 weeks they don't make any purchase. So I'm kind of sad about that. I hope that people, you know, yes, Etsy is a corporation, but at the same time, it's all the little businesses, that all the little creators and so on that make Etsy, that, you know, I'm hoping that we don't get affected too much by this. It's one thing to decide that you're not supporting Walmart or Amazon, but it's another thing when you're not supporting the small players. I try to support local farmers, farmer markets, and that sort of thing, and support locally, because it's hard these days. It's really hard. Also don't want to support the fast fashion and that sort of thing, in the sense that, again, it just feels like such a waste for nature, because there's so much out there and we're putting so much in the waste. So yeah, it's not, I don't know where we're going with all of this, and what are we leaving for grandkids? I don't even know if I'm gonna have grandkids, but what are we leaving for them, for the next generation? Kind of wondering. I guess everybody's been going through this in the past as well. People probably wondered what was going to happen to the world, because it was changing with the computers and everything else. But now I wonder with I wonder with the arrival of AI and the fact that it's really taking over a lot of the creative process and things that we're doing manually. It's taking it over. I look at all the self-serve cash out, where people no longer need cashiers, and I do try to go to, like, if there's a possibility of a cashier, I try to go through the cashier just for the human interaction. And I figure that if everybody goes to the self-serve, then eventually we won't have cashiers anymore. So try to encourage that the stores that still do have cashiers. But yeah, I don't know. As I said, probably people 60 years ago probably wondered the same things with where the world was going, and nothing bad happened. But now I'm curious, and you might be hearing my stomach grumbling. Guess it's lunchtime. So now my system is kind of all over the place, wondering what we don't think I want to use this stamp. Kind of wondering when it's gonna eat. I think what's throwing me off is the blue. If I was to put this here, then I can just have a bit of the, and I don't see the blue because the rest fits with the colors. I'm not getting as many stamps as I used to, obviously, because we're not sending out as much mail. Plus, there's been the strike, so whatever mail we were getting, a lot of it is stopped, basically. Now you're doing a lot more business through emails and getting a lot less general mail, which I guess was to be expected, because that also is costly for companies to send out mail instead of just sending you an email. So by doing the strike, I don't know if Canada Post has killed most of what it still had left of business. I'm just hoping that this year I can actually mail out Christmas cards, because if I don't mail out Christmas cards this year, I'm wondering when are we gonna be sending them out, you know? Like there's only so many Christmas cards that I can actually just give in person, so it's gonna really making Christmas card irrelevant if we can't mail them out. Now it's a rotating strike. I'm not quite sure how it works, like in the sense that I know some parts of the country, they're not getting the mail, which is why I've started to ship out through Chit Chat, which is a supplier that does business with other oh, sorry, wait a second. Okay, so that was my son. He came to say goodbye. He picked up all the leaves in the back of the studio. There must be at least 10 bags, if not more. And now there's still at least 5 bags in the front, but that's it. That's gonna need to be done. But he's done a whole lot today, so I'm very thankful. I'm very lucky. This being said, my poor, he finished his university degree in the springtime, and he's been looking for work ever since then, but with all this stuff that's going on, he hasn't been able to find anything. And so now he's thinking of going back to school for something else, just because it doesn't look good if you are looking for a job for so long and you don't find anything. But it's very hard right now with the economic uncertainty, which sucks. And in case you're wondering, he did his bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering, and yeah, right now companies are laying off people, and they're not making any project, waiting to see what's gonna happen, and just makes it very difficult to move forward. Which is very unfortunate. And makes it very difficult for young people finishing off university. I'm hoping that when William finishes, it's not going to be the same, because William finished next spring. So yeah, it's very very hard for young people right now. I would love to know how it's like with where you're at. Are young kids having difficulty also, or is it just us? I remember when we finished, my husband and I, university was really a hard time too, early 90s. My husband could not find anything and ended up doing telemarketing and you know, selling newspaper, like phoning in for newspaper to sell newspapers and stuff like that. And eventually he went to do a master's degree because he couldn't find anything in his field, and through he's also a mechanical engineer, so he did his master's degree, and through that he was able to work for the university while doing the degree, and got unemployment insurance and was able to get a program to find a job through there. But it was yeah, very difficult mentally to have done so much studies and not find work. And we're lucky here in the sense that Greg stays at home, so doesn't have to pay rent, and obviously food and everything is included. But I know, and we paid for the studies, so he doesn't have student loans. But I know that in the US it's very expensive to go to school, so I'm wondering if kids there are finding jobs when they finish, or are they in the same situation as my son is. I hope not, because it's really hard. It's not good. But yeah, I'm looking forward to knowing how it is in your area. I would love to know. I love when you guys comment on my videos and share about what's going on in your life and over where you live. It feels like we're connected, even though I'm technically alone in making my videos. I feel like I'm speaking to friends and sharing with you all, and through your comments I know more about you, and it really feels like friends chatting with each other. Which is why I love also my Patreon group, because I really do feel like there's friendships that developed, and people share in the comments, and it's just nice to see a community get together of like-minded people. I did a pretty good use of my scraps. Obviously there's still a lot more. But there was no way I was going to be able to use them all, so what I did use is still quite a lot, so I'm happy. I want to use at least this piece before I call this done. I don't want to have it in my stash. And let's use this one as well. And then the rest is gonna stay the way it is because I've already done quite a lot, actually, so I'm quite happy with the result. I hope that it has inspired you, as I said, to make little cards. I know that now is going to be the time for all those markets, Christmas markets and stuff like that. Hope people go, even if, you know, there's that blackout. I hope that doesn't affect the Christmas markets and things, the craft fair, because this is the time where all those crafters can actually make a little bit of money through what they made. So yeah, I think that's the right. Those colors are gorgeous. I don't know how I got those stamps, but beautiful. So this is it. Like I said, it was a pretty good session, card making session. I've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 cards done. So I should be good until at least the middle of November, and then I'll get into the Christmas ones, also using my Christmas ones, and then maybe make some of those if I need. And then it's gonna be the new year. So for the new year, I don't know what I'm gonna do card making wise, but anyway, I'm gonna be good to go for a little bit. So love you all so much. Take care, and I will see you soon. And don't forget to leave comments down below. I love it. Don't forget to subscribe. As of next week, there's going to be Christmas, and I know that you guys love that, so you don't want to miss it. Bye.